So we're out here Rocky Mountain Drag Week 2020. They canceled Drag Week, the Hot Rod Drag Week, because of COVID. But this event's going on, so we decided we would come out and have some fun. It's in Jared's area, so he's out, Gio's out, and we're gonna have a neat week together.
Yeah, so this is the first time that I've been in Oklahoma. Last year, Jay came out here with Jared to do Outlaw Armageddon. We've been working for Jared for a long time, and this is his hometown, so I'm really happy to finally be here. And I'm really thankful that the Rocky Mountain Race Week was able to produce this race. Whenever we heard about the other race getting canceled, we were really bummed, and immediately this was excellent news. So we look forward to a good week, and hopefully the cars will stay cool. We'll go down the track, and we'll have some fun.
So this race is a little bit different. It's not about racing the guy in your lane. It's about finishing the week and getting the quickest ET for the week. So obviously not every day is going to go as planned, so you work through it and you do the best you can. So at the 750 index, we put the 8385 back on the car. You know, obviously that car is a proven winner at the 750 index range. That's what we raced at World Cup finals. That's what the setup we had at Outlaw Armageddon when we raced 94 cars and we went through the field of domestics. This race, quite similar to that. We're probably only 5 or 6 imports in this whole class and this whole field. So we're going to see what we can do this week, drive around the Midwest, and hopefully have some fun.
We try to go down the track. At these type of events, there's a lot of different types of cars, a lot of slick cars, a lot of regular street tire cars, and the prep is not what we're used to. When you have an engine this small, the turbo so big, you have to lead with a lot of power, and unfortunately the conditions are not going to allow for that. So we noticed, we already were prepared, we took some power out of it with the assumption that the track wouldn't be there. As soon as we got up there, we saw that it was even worse condition than we expected, unfortunately. So Jay took more power out of it immediately, but it wasn't enough. The car spun pretty bad. I was late to pedal it. I got back in it. I knew it was a really terrible pass, so by the end of it, I let off slightly early. Went at 8.0. We're just going to make some adjustments, take some power out of it, and hopefully the next pass, maybe we can go a 740 or 730. That might be wishful thinking, but if we could do that, that'll be a good day one. 8.0 is not going to cut it for day one, so we definitely have to try again. Luckily, we have some time. The weather's good. We should be able to make another pass here in about an hour.
It's about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. We're in Tulsa. Gio's still in the lanes. He's fixing to make another pass. We just got through running my car. The track was horrendous. Nothing against the guys at Tulsa. It's just so many different kinds of cars going down so many different tracks. The prep wasn't there. We kept spinning. Gio has not made a clean pass yet. I ended up going 8.0, quick pedal, 1-2 shift. It only went like a 1/4 60 foot. Went 8.0. We went back out. Jay made some adjustments. Same thing happened. Went a 1.3 760 foot. I gathered it up really quick, smashed it. I went up going 187 out the back, 790. So we got a 790 day one. We're gonna leave on to Topeka.
Good morning, it's Monday. We're out here at Rocky Mountain Drag Week 2020. Yesterday didn't go great. It was kind of a long day. We didn't finish until 5 a.m., but we did turn in slow time slips that happened to be the fastest of the class, both Jared's class and our class. So we are gonna try to find some traction today and see if we can do a little bit better. We're up in Kansas at Heartland Motorsports Park, which looks to be a huge facility. So we're gonna make some changes to the nose of the car and see if we can get a little bit more traction and see if we can improve on our times from yesterday.
So we left the track pretty late, probably close to 11 o'clock at night. The weather over here is really favorable. The car drove amazing. I mean, it never really got over 180. The trans was really happy. And we made it, 215 miles was the route. We only had to stop for fuel and just taking breaks here and there, but we made it to the hotel around 5 in the morning. I'm hoping that we have a better day today. We can get out of here at a reasonable time so we can have a full night of sleep. We're basically on a couple hours of sleep right now, so we'll try to, we always shoot for one and done, but so far that hasn't worked, so we'll see how it goes today.
Last night was pretty awesome. There was a time when we actually pulled over and Jay and I were able to stay actually in the middle of the road, in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, not a light in sight, and we kind of just stared up at the stars. It was pretty cool. So that was definitely a memorable moment for me. And we drove on in last night. We got to Topeka about 5 o'clock in the morning. Got a couple hours of sleep. We're up by about 9. Went and grabbed some quick breakfast. We drove out here to Topeka, and now we're prepping the cars for day 2. See if the track can cooperate a little bit and see if we can go A to B. If we can get down this track, if we can get to a 330, if we can go like 3.1, 3.2 to the 330, I feel like we'll go 750s. The car went 187 yesterday. To my knowledge, that's the fastest the car had ever been with the 83, 85. So that's cooking. If we can just get the short track there, I think we can put together a really good pass today. Hopefully get one out early and then head to my hometown down in Oklahoma City. It's about a 270-mile drive. Get to see my family again, and that'll be awesome. So we're looking forward to the day. Well, day 2, Topeka, we made 2 passes. First one was absolute garbage. I spun 3 times, even on no prep surface. I don't think I've ever had to pedal the car 3 times. Was able to gather it up and go like, I don't know, 850 or something. Came back out, Jay did what he does. The dude's wizard, the magician, whatever you want to call it. He dumbed the car down enough where it went down this bare ass track. The car felt good. I went to 530 to the 8th at like 145, which is extremely slow for this car. and then we lost everything. It kind of scared me. I didn't know what happened. I was about 900 foot and it just nosed over. I only went 160, so it only picked up 15 mile an hour out the back, so I knew something was up. In past, when that happens, it's typically a head gasket. I know Jay had been working with the guys at Mazworks. They figured out this new solution for the head gaskets. It's been bulletproof. We haven't ever had to have a problem since I've been driving the car on the new setup. We get here, Jay does what he does, start testing some things, found out that the welding lost voltage at about 700, 800 feet. So we lost all fuel pressure. Thank God we had Motec. Motec saved this motor. I don't know, I'm kind of at loss for words right now. I'm very thankful that we have that awesome ECU, save the block. We're gonna try to figure out what's going on with the fuel pump, load our trailer up and head home, my home, Oklahoma. We got about 300 miles tonight. So we get back till about 5 a.m. last night after driving through the night, got a few hours of sleep. I was able to crash here at the track in the pits for about an hour. We're gonna load up and we're gonna head south. We gotta go through Ponca City tonight, which is a little border town between Oklahoma and Kansas. We gotta take a picture with the Pioneer Woman statue. And then we're gonna book it on down I-35. I'm actually gonna crash over my house tonight. And then we're gonna get back on I-35 and we'll pick back up at Thunder Valley tomorrow. So hopefully we figure out the fuel pump. If not, obviously we're gonna have to MacGyver something and we'll hopefully have a good day 3.
Rough day today after driving a little bit over 200 miles yesterday from Tulsa. We had a good night. Car, drove very well. We thought we were going to come into a good day, an extremely beautiful facility. However, traction was not on our side. One of the passes ended up really making it super soft, and it spun right on the hit. It went 822 at 203 miles per hour. So we know the power is there. We just can't use it early on. So Jay made some changes to the map. He pulled a lot of power out early on, and even with all the power pulled out, it still managed to right around the 330 managed to come loose, and I pedaled it and went a 797 at 197. So that's the pass that we're about to go turn in right now. Obviously, anytime that you don't run anywhere near your personal best, you're not excited. However, I was extremely excited because it was a 7-something, and the way that the week's been going, that's the fastest pass I've had. It's also been the most exciting because it was pretty dramatic, so it was definitely good. But now we're going back to Oklahoma. We're going to be tomorrow in Thunder Valley, so we got another 200 plus miles tonight, so it's going to be a long night. Tomorrow we'll try to do better. I hear that track is pretty good, so maybe we'll put up a number on both cars tomorrow.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We're somewhere between what's that town? Augusta and Winfield, Kansas, on Highway 77 South, and we found a family of raccoons at about 65 miles an hour. I think I took Mama Raccoon or Daddy out, and it took the transmission line out. Now Jay is trying to fix it, and hopefully we can eliminate one of the fittings.
Heat is on your way, buddy.
Get the raccoon off the trans.
Good morning, it's Tuesday. We're out here at Thunder Valley Raceway in Oklahoma. We didn't get into our hotel around 7 a.m., so we slept a little bit this morning and then back out of the track. Yesterday ended okay. We went 805 at 165 with Jared's car. While they were working on it, somebody unplugged the in-tank fuel pump. So it only had the fuel that was in the surge tank, so it went 1,000 feet or so, ran out of fuel. The Motec shut the engine off to save it because it didn't have any fuel pressure. Engine seems to be okay. these guys here, I've been to this track a couple times before. They take pride in their work, and I think that they'll give us a good surface to get down today. So if I had to forecast, I would say that today will be the fastest passes of the week for us.
So going into day 2, in our class, basically it's ultimate radial, and even though we've had a rough week, we are sitting at number 1 with an average of 798. Jared is currently number 2, but number 1 and number 2 are within a couple hundreds. I mean, the other guy went 796 the first day, Jared went 796. Jared's was slightly quicker, but yesterday, because of the fuel pump problem, Jared had to turn in 805 while the other competitor turned in a 793. So he's just slightly ahead of Jared at this point. We still have a couple days. We feel pretty good about the track here today. So I think hopefully both of us will be able to put a number that will definitely put us in a good position for the rest of the week. So we just went down first pass. It went better than expected. The track is there. Jay took quite a bit of power out of it. Basically just early in the run, just trying to make sure that we go A to B. And obviously I could tell in the car left, then it kind of nosed over, then the power just came in, and I was able to make it through. You know, I got a little off course there. I probably went 1,400 feet, but we got a 763, I think at 197. That's good enough to turn in, but we're gonna take advantage of this track. I don't know how the tracks are gonna be the rest of the week, and so far it hasn't been on our side. So while we have a good track, we're gonna go try to make another run and see if we can put down a better time than that 763. If not, we at least got a good number to turn in for today.
Track's insanely better. Love the guys, Nick Duty, the guys at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. They do a top-notch job. By far the best prep we've had this week. Gio went out there, dumbed it down the 330, came on real hard, looked like it spun maybe on the big end. He went like 197, like 760, 70, 70. I was right behind him in the lane, so I felt pretty confident making a pass. Did my burnout, I pulled up, let go of the button. It felt the best it's felt all week. It went a 129, I believe, 60 foot. Like Jay likes to say, he just dumbed it down off the line. It didn't have a lot of power in it. It only went like 178 out the back, went 80. So we got a good slip to turn in if we have to. So I'm sure he's gonna make some adjustments, put a lot more power in it. Hopefully go out there and find that 760, 70, 70 spot, load the up and head north.
Supras. Gonna make a side-by-side pass. .194, 755 in the right lane. This track is holding some power, and that are the best runs by those by a lot. That's the quickest of the week by a lot. Thank you so much for those guys who bring those cars out. And I'll tell you what, again, those are street cars, ladies and gentlemen. They have 500 miles on them so far. They got 500 at least left to go. Unbelievable. What a pass.
Like, why are they racing against each other?
Of course. Oh, good. I bet it sounded insane.
Did you think that was going to happen anytime soon? No. Both of us to be racing here?
I told Jay, there's no way it happens any round.
So I just got back right now. I just had an epic race with my friend Jared. Obviously, we've known each other for a long time, since probably 2012, and we've never got to line up. Obviously, we built his car. We have a lot of history with the car, so to actually get to race him in his hometown was epic. And we actually just both definitely, with his class, he needed a run in order to get back to number one, and he killed it. You know, the car went 755. I was able to run a 724, which, you know, obviously for the week that we're having, that 724, that is amazing. So extremely happy. Like I said, we were able to do it in front of his home crowd, and now we get to pack up and 300 miles of crazy driving and try to do it again tomorrow.
Well, I don't even know what to say. Obviously, we've been fighting traction all week, fighting conditions. We come out here at Thunder Valley, my home track, Oklahoma, where we went out Armageddon at last year. We let the track cool down, air get better. They prepped the track. We were able to get up there. I didn't know we were going to get side by side. And I see Gio bump in next to me. I'm like, oh, wow, this is happening. So he came up next to me. We're fighting with my bump box. Obviously, we don't have to use it here. We're just trying to cut a light, or trying to get an ET, not cut a light. So I double balled him. He went in. I left late, he left, and it was awesome. I knew it was on one. Like, car didn't spin, it was tucked. He was right next to me, and he just drove out of my life on the big end. I've never been so happy to lose in my life. It was just a really cool moment. Anyway, we went 755 at 181. We can't go faster than a 750. So I think Jay put the exact perfect tune-up in it. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty speechless. I mean, we both just jumped to the top of our classes. Now we've got an intense drive tonight. Last night was absolutely horrendous. We drove through the night, got here at 7, 8 o'clock this morning. We hit a raccoon on the way down here. It was stressful. So now we get to pack it up and we get to drive to Western Kansas. So tomorrow's gonna be crazy. So I don't know, I'm gonna ride this high as long as I can and see if I can keep awake.
So we just made our last run for the day in Thunder Valley. When the sun went down, they were gonna go ahead and prep the track, so we timed it to where we can get out there right after track prep. And walking the car out, the surface felt pretty good. So I got away with more than I'm gonna get away with for the rest of this week, if I had to guess. Still quite under what we're able to do on a proper surface, but enough power that the engine speed and turbocharger were able to maintain. Because when you slow this car down, once the engine or turbo go under a threshold, it's just slow. So that's what we were experiencing yesterday and the day before, but that was a pretty nice run. And what's really cool is, you know, we're in Oklahoma and there's 2 Supras, which is pretty rare. There's 2 fast Supras, which is pretty rare. And there's a good amount of people here, and they just got to watch these 2 fast Supras make a pass in person, and the noise that comes out of these engines and knowing the boost levels and stuff, that's pretty awesome from a fan standpoint. So I know it's cool to watch it online, but to be here is different, and these guys just got to see 2 pretty neat cars go down, so that's pretty awesome. see how much water it's gone through. But like I said, I mean, if you stop now, you can at least like, oh, it cracked the head. You know, like, listen, it's a factory aluminum head that's been run X amount of times. Like, the stuff gets cooked. I mean, a head on one that's making that we can take a new casting and put cracks through the exhaust port in 4 runs because the heat coming out of it. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm with you. I think it's a safe play. I hate giving up.
Well, I would say that you guys put on one hell of a show, because one of the things that I noticed yesterday and today was there's a lot of like old school Americans here.
Sure.
They're just, but it's neat. It's genuine. You know, they're cool people. And for these 2 foreign objects to go to that track today and make that run, you know, under the sunset and all that, that was pretty badass. You know, so you have to like celebrate the victories there.
121 in the mall. It really can happen at a better spot though. And then I'm 20 minutes from my house. Park it there and I can meet you guys next track.
The lower radiator hose is hard still.
Or does he, how serious is it? Like,
So Jared, what makes
No, I know. What I'm saying is, can it be driven to his house? I ain't fucking armadillo. I was checking the car, making sure we get ruptured. I literally felt my.
well, now the battery jump.
Huh?
I mean, okay, you're saying now it's not the battery.
It's full of water.
it's hydrolock?
Yeah.
So earlier it wasn't the battery?
I mean, you could hear the water going in the tailpipe. So it filled the cylinder full of water.
How wasn't it smoking? Or I guess we were behind.
Right.
Yeah, but it had to have been.
Yeah.
So I need to go get my truck. I do not.
I would guess the head.
Head's
of
cracked,
it.
100%.
So we're in Jacktown, Oklahoma. We're about 20 minutes from my home, and we pulled over because we were trying to scramble the brains of an armadillo. I think we successfully did it. Did not expect to pull over and hear boiling water coming out of the exhaust. So
Well, technically, you didn't hear it.
you heard it.
Yeah, we pulled up after they had already stopped, and there was a smell coming out of the car that I couldn't place, so I got closer to it, and the tailpipe smells like burning water, and you could hear. It took a few minutes before it got louder.
It sounded like bong water.
Yeah, then I guess a few minutes later, it sounded like the exhaust system was percolating coffee, and now one of the cylinders is full of water. So I'd have to guess and say that it's cracked a cylinder head. So we'll have to call it quits for the week. So come out, had a good time.
Put on
went
a show
fast. Yeah, went fast in front of a bunch of neat people, and that was cool. So to fix the car and give it another shot.
But you guys are going to continue with the white car. Hopefully go win this thing.
I'm going to continue riding with the camera guy and try not to hunt any more of your road livestock out here.
Raccoon last night, armadillo tonight.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
there's guts all over both bottoms of the cars.
So yeah, my first drag week, race week experience was phenomenal, but obviously you don't ever want to give up and quit, but I think it's definitely the safest and smartest thing to do at this point. So here it is. What time is it? I don't know.
It's probably 2 in the morning.
1:48, September 16th. Oh my gosh. You know what's crazy? We were talking at dinner. A memory popped up on my phone 4 years ago. He was changing the head on the car in the middle of a parking lot in Indy.
Oh man, I have a very mixed relationship with this car.
I'll never forget that day. I was literally sitting in bed watching it go down the track, and I saw a poof of smoke and fire, and the car went in the other lane. I was like, oh my God.
I'm really glad I didn't crash that car.
Yeah, you did a phenomenal job driving that car. Thanks for all the hard work. And
Hey, you guys had a good run today. That was pretty cool to watch this.
that was pretty majestic, man. You know, some may say, you know, we were out here and we quit or we failed or whatever, but I think we kicked ass, and there's not a lot of people out here doing this stuff.
Dude, that's one of the things that I learned at Bonneville this year is the guys tell you what they've done, and the qualifier is with or without the connecting rods out. But there's no shame in it because you're
pushing
take
it so
things
hard.
and you push them and they break, and that's it. So that's the game.
Central Oklahoma,
There was a bee in the car. It almost killed me.
and Gio was viciously attacked by this wild creature, which apparently
Stuck my hand out the window.
isn't that aggressive.
And then a bee flew in? Huh? Yeah, and then a bee flew in.
Not that aggressive of an animal here. This guy right now is smelling a mixture of brake clean, methanol, ethanol, motor oil, transmission fluid, and whatever else my hands have been drenched in this morning. He's probably cool because I'm pretty slow right now. This is a really peaceful drive. Today? Today is Wednesday. So today is Wednesday. We're in, I think we're in Kansas. Great Bend, and it's been a really beautiful day. We slept some last night and got on the road this morning around 11 a.m. and we drove through some really beautiful parts of America, and it was really it was a much better way to enjoy this event than what we were doing to ourselves Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So today was good, and we're here at the track. This looks like a really nice facility. The car appears to be in good shape. We're a little bummed about losing Jared's car yesterday, but the more I process it, the more I understand that while it sure is hard to keep meeting my own expectations and the expectations that you find on the internet, when you push these components, you know, to run these types of speeds and these types of power levels, things happen. And I'm interested to know what broke in the engine, because it did basically, when we got to the car last night after they had ran over an armadillo, I walked up on the car and I could smell something out of the tailpipe. Then about 3 minutes later, you could actually hear water percolating in the out of the exhaust pipe. So I will guess that it has a crack in the cylinder head, because the gasket system we're using is really proven right now, and we'll just have to fix it and life will go on. But this is the mix of emotions that you get dealing with high horsepower cars, and it's still the drug of many of our choice, so we'll just keep on keeping on. But hopefully today goes nice, we get a run together, and the car's alive after this, and we can go on to the next track and have some more adventure.
Finishing the night, this track was amazing. We're here in Great Bend, Kansas. The drive over here today was absolutely awesome. A lot of really cool scenery. I mean, it was really good. It was good to enjoy the day and be able to see a lot of other people on the road. When we're driving at night, all you see is roadkill. It's kind of boring, and obviously it's really hard on your body. So today, this morning we slept, we got on the road, we enjoyed the day, and we got here just in time to get ready and make a pass. And luckily, the first pass, it wasn't very fast, but we went A to B. It went 7:54, which is enough. You know, it's the second fastest pass we've made all week. So we'll take that, and then we got another 315 miles to go tonight just to finish this long week back in Tulsa, right where we started. And yeah, it's probably going to be, you know, we'll probably do a little bit today and then finish off the rest tomorrow, and then see if we can go fast tomorrow and see if we can end the week on a high note.
I think today will be my high note because we took the time to enjoy the drive, and we saw a lot of really beautiful Middle America. It was just really, really nice. And this track is really nice, and I don't know that the surface will be there for us in Tulsa. We can beg to have some prep that we need. But the car came loose around 1.3 seconds, and Gio managed to pedal it quick enough that the turbocharger didn't fall completely out of motion. And we're just gonna go ahead and head on to the next track. But we are not going to drive through the night. We were doing it wrong. We were rushing, and if you rush through this event, you'll burn out. So it was good that we took the day and really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of really nice stuff, a lot of neat people, and a lot of neat things. So we'll drive for a little bit tonight, and we'll stop and get some rest and enjoy a nice drive again tomorrow with any luck.
So it's the final day of Race Week 2020, and we're here in Tulsa, back in Tulsa where we started. We had a pretty eventful drive throughout the week. We saw some really neat stuff in Middle America. It was really a beautiful drive, and we're back here. They've done some track prep that looks pretty reasonable, so we're going to go ahead and try to make a safety run just to finish the event. And if the track is looking good, we're going to put some power in the car and see if we can go faster, just because we're here at the track and Gio's a junkie. So yeah,
well, we got to make the week
complete.
Well, it's not complete yet because we're here, but we have to actually go stage. Basically, the announcer said it's around 1,200 miles this week. We got to make it here. That's step one, but now we got to go stage. So once we stage the car and go down the track, we'll have officially completed race week. And then after that, I'm going to get greedy and try to see if we can make another faster pass to really do good. 1,200 miles later, we're here at Tulsa, right where we started. Lots of mixed emotions. The week was, this week can be really difficult on your body, your mind, and your car. Everyone thinks it's just a car, but honestly, like, there were days there that we slept 3 hours for 3 days in a row, and eventually it gets to you. So I'm glad that it ended on a good note. Even though we didn't have any extremely fast passes for the history of the car, we did do something good. We won our class, Ultimate Radio, by a large margin. We were the second quickest car in the entire pits here, overall classes. Even with big block, big tire cars, twin turbos, we were number 2. We also had the fastest speed of the event with 203 miles per hour. So at the end of the day, we have a healthy car that's ready for the next event, which is FL2K. We're just going to go ahead and quit while we were ahead, get everything packed up, get back home, have the car looked over, and prepare for FL2K. I'm extremely excited, and I can't wait for next year. Every year we learn more, and I'm glad that we were able to apply all the things that we've learned over the years to keep the car cool. The car did incredibly well. It never really got over 208, 210 maximum, and that was very few times during when we were on the highway going close to 70 miles per hour at 3 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon in the heat. So we got that part of the car down. This week we learned a lot about how to get down a track that is not as prepared as the ones back home, which I think was an important lesson to learn, because we're very spoiled by our home tracks, and it was good for us to go somewhere else and get our element. Sunday we couldn't go down this track to save our lives. We went 8-0, really ugly. Today on the first pass we learned enough throughout the week to go 7:36. So overall, a successful week. We're extremely happy, and I'm about to go turn on the time slip, and hopefully today will be the first day we can enjoy a good dinner. The whole week we've been getting home, getting to the hotel so late or early in the morning that everything's closed. So that's a good way to wrap this up.
So we're done with this Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0 2020. It looks as if we've won our class. We just went a 7:30 something.
Racers.
And Gio and I kicked around running the car again to see if we can go faster. But the FL2K is in a few weeks, and I want to be prepared for that.
Here we are.
And the track, I don't think will get to the point that we would need to really be able to put it down. As you guys watch this video, you can just look at the first 2 seconds of the run, and it's just dead compared to the way the car normally runs, where it picks the front tire up just a little bit and rides. It's not doing that. You can hear it in the engine. We really have a lot of ignition timing out of the engine to get it to get through the first 2 seconds. So the good news is the car survived. All the vitals of the engine look good. The transmission worked flawlessly. The car as a whole didn't take any damage.
11 in the left lane, 1397.
Gio, I think, had a really excellent time. I stayed basically with the cameraman throughout the event and let him just drive his car. And it's different when you're, we've already done the thing where him and I are in the car together and we're on this adventure. So this time I felt that it would be cool. I'm here if he needs me, but it'd be cool. We kind of had a solo adventure, and we drove through. And I've said it a few times throughout this event, but I mean, really beautiful parts of America, pieces of America that are under-celebrated, and we should be really proud to have access to. And a lot of really neat people, car culture as a whole, really neat people. And we showed our little 2JZ engine off, and a lot of people that had never seen something like this run, they got to hear it, they got to see it run. He does those big Gio impressive burnouts. It's a neat week as a whole, and I'm glad I came out. First couple of days were rough, but as soon as we pumped the brakes and got some sleep, started slowing it down and taking it easy, it really turns into a really enjoyable vacation with cars.
First place goes to Giovanni Castillo with a 7.5.